Hey YouTubers, this is Justin with SurvivalReviews.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Lightning OTF out the front knife. I know there's been some people review this. People like Nuttin' Fancy really love this knife. I'm going to tell you, give you the honest scoop on what it is, what it isn't, and tell you all about it. First thing you'll notice is it's got a pocket clip here. The pocket clip is not reversible. It only allows for tip down carry in the pocket. It's a very nice sturdy pocket clip though. It's actually surprisingly sturdy and surprisingly well made. The handle materials, they're black powder coated aluminum. They actually feel like die cast metal, kind of what you'd find on one of those toy cars or something, but it says, at least the product literature says, this is black powder coated aluminum. So I haven't done any chemical analysis on it, so I'm not gonna correct them. I'm not really certain what the blade is made out of. I'm guessing that the blade is some type of cheap stainless steel. The knife is made in Taiwan, although it's not stamped, but you can see the lightning there on it. It comes, you know, it's relatively sharp. It is double action, so as you pull the button down, the blade will retract. If you push the button up, the blade comes down. It pops right out the front. The handle is secured via these 6 torque screws, which is kind of nice because it doesn't seem to get loose. They're in there pretty well. The one thing I will say about this, you can see that I really haven't used this knife other than to play with it. It has a lot of blade play and slop in the blade, and really most out the front knives that you're going to find are going to have that, just because of how they work internally and how the little rails that they glide up and down on. So I didn't really expect much from this knife. I think I bought it on Blade HQ for 20 bucks or so, but you can already see how just by flicking it in and out, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but the blade gets some marks on it, some rubbing marks. You can see it right through the lightning there. So it's a fun knife. It's a fun toy. It's really not a hard use knife, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I would say, and I've got another out the front here from Schrade, I would say that no, and I'm saying not even the Microtech knives, no out the front knives are really what I would classify as hard use knives. People may disagree with me. I actually don't own a Microtech. They're pretty expensive. But I would be completely shocked, totally shocked and surprised if the Microtech or any other out the front knife is what I would, consider hard use. If I would feel comfortable taking that as my only knife out in the field, or I'm hiking, I'm camping, and I'm taking that as my only knife, I would be completely shocked if I felt that way about any out the front knife. One of the first things you try when you get an out the front knife is you take a piece of paper and you see if it'll go through it. It will go through a single sheet of paper. It won't really go through anything thicker than that. So if I've got my little notebook here and I put that, one of the things you'll notice, is that I've knocked it off its rail now. See how I can just pull it in and move it out. So it's completely off its track now, just from hitting the resistance of that notebook. Now it's easy to fix it. All you have to do is pop it out with your wrist, flick it out, and now it's back on the track. So it's fairly robust in auto-correcting itself, but the blade has too much slop for my taste. Again, it's a neat knife, and I'll probably give it to one of my young cousins or a nephew, just more as a toy than anything else. I will tell you that This button is definitely aluminum. It's got good jimping here and good jimping on the handle. You get good purchase with the knife. And I don't think it would deploy very easily in your pocket because there is considerable resistance to getting that blade to fire out. So it is probably safe to carry. I don't know that I would carry it just because, again, you know, I try to carry things that are really functional, that I don't have to worry about failing at a critical time. And if you were to open up this knife, you would see that the blade, you know, only comes down a small amount into the handle. And most of the out the front knives are like that, which is another reason why I don't consider them hard use. You're not going to pry with this knife without breaking it. You're not going to, you know, strike it hard against something without breaking it. And even, you know, resistance going into something, and you can knock the blade off of its track. So yeah, it's a fun knife. You know, it's great to annoy people. You can flick it in and out. Maybe you could scare somebody with it, but it's not really a great knife for hard use or your only carry knife. Now, is it a good knife for the price? I think when I bought this, I bought it for 25 or 26 bucks, again off of Blade HQ. I know that on Black Friday and some of the sales they had them for 19 or 20 bucks. So yes, I think it's a decent knife for the price. I mean, you're not gonna buy a knife that you could, you know, go through war with for 20 bucks, and you shouldn't even think you're going to get a knife for that price point that you could do that with, except maybe the Cold Steel GI Tanto. But not to get off topic, but it's a decent knife for the price. And if you're just using it, you know, to cut paper, cut into boxes, things like that, yeah, you could use it for that. Again, I'm not sure what exactly kind of blade steel this is, so, you know, your mileage may vary. It may get dull pretty quickly. So that's really all I have to say about this knife. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like our Facebook page, subscribe to our videos, and again, this is the Lightning OTF out the front knife review, and I'm Justin. Thank you guys. Charlie Mike.